The Ohio primary is less than 2 weeks away, a day where the race for the GOP nomination will either tighten up or become contested heading into the RNC in Cleveland. Ohio Governor John Kasich is banking on Ohio to change the race in a dramatic way.
If anyone can take on Trump, Kasich believes he's the candidate to slow the frontrunner's full-steam delegate sweep.
I think I'm going to have a little bit of home court here in Mississippi come next week.
His strategy? To pick up at least a handful of delegates in Mississippi and Michigan before heading home to Ohio. It's a 66-delegate winner-takes-all contest, a state where he's cruised to victory in his races for governor. It's a must-win moment he believes is in reach.
And if, in fact, I win Ohio, then we're going to probably go to a convention.
21 News is chronicling Kasich's journey across the country for voter support. Last week in Mississippi, as he served as the keynote speaker in front of a politically powerful crowd that could give him a boost this Tuesday.
He's been in the legislature for a number of years, and many of our political leaders here who've served with him have great respect for the work he did in the House. He's also been a sitting governor in Ohio. He's dealt with budget issues, he's dealt with military issues, and I think those issues are important to folks in Mississippi.
Even if Kasich picks up a win on his home turf, a contested or brokered convention would be the next hurdle. It's all come down to this moment, a moment which could land him in the running for the nomination.
I'm going to do everything that I can do, and our folks will do everything we can do to win. And as you all know, I don't make predictions, but I'm going to make a prediction. I am going to win Ohio.
All right. So with the turmoil brewing within the party and the anti-Trump tactics in motion, Steve, this could very well be one of those all-out showdowns just ahead of that convention in Cleveland.
Yeah, and you've gotten a cool kind of behind-the-scenes, first-hand look at all of this. Obviously, Kasich is tied to his success in Ohio. Do you feel he's really convinced he's going to win Ohio?
You know, he goes back and forth, if you saw in the sound bites, if I win or I will win. So I don't know. I think the confidence here is kind of, discouraged because of the Trump momentum. I think what it will come down to is the independent voters and the last-minute deciders. I think a lot of people are weighing their decision knowing that this could be a game changer if they vote one way or another. That could also play a role when it comes to going to that ballot box.
Now, you've followed him since New Hampshire, and that was a good state for him.
Mm-hmm.
But it really, nationally looking, it was really his only good state. If you look at in pure results, how's the mood of the campaign changed? I know it changed then, but has it swung at all since?
You know, it seems as if they're just full steam ahead, not a lot of time. They're rushing to get things done, making sure they show up in every state to just pick up some delegates. I would say, obviously, a lot more excited at the beginning. Maybe he thought if he did well there, it would spill over more so into other states. That didn't happen. I think all the candidates are still scratching their heads as to what to do about Trump. The other thing is he had to wait a little bit longer than I think he needed to and wanted to for the funding to come in, for the donors to start to show up. He has donors, which is why I think he's still going.
Nationally, though, he's still an afterthought. You hear all the coverage, and they talk about the three big candidates on the Republican side, and they say, oh, by the way, Ohio Governor John Kasich is still in the race.
Right.
Is it surprising that he has stuck around? I know he's banking on Ohio and Michigan, but is it surprising?
No, he's very persistent. If you know his personality, he's going to go after it, especially if he has the money to do it. I think he could have a chance here in Ohio. It's very possible. But again, I think that the Trump momentum could even be pushed stronger by the tactics with Mitt Romney this week in the GOP party. I think this is going to upset some voters. So really, this is, again, coming down to Ohio. We are always the center of attention one way or another.
Well, it's a good thing we're in Ohio. We're covering it all, and it'll be fun to watch going forward.
Yeah.
Well, with all this political talk, we need a drink, and we got you covered after the break.
Good idea.